Welcome back. We are on the halftime show now in Warriors Stadium, and we'll have the first half stats for you and a scoring summary coming up in just a couple of moments as Penn-Trafford squares off with McKeesport. But first, our second player interview here tonight on the Westmoreland Sports Network with senior linebacker Zach Diable. Zach, first of all, last week you guys continued to play tough defensively. Your only blemish was Altuna's long drive there in the second half. But talk about how you guys have been playing so solid defensively, what's been going right for you on that side of the ball, and just how a physical game it was last week and really had to get in that gang tackling, I guess, against their tough running backs.
Our D-line definitely came to play last week. They came in and they were shooting gaps, and I was taking on linemen. But, hey, I'll give them the credit. They can take the tackles for a week. But, all around defense, we've been coming out. We've been playing well. We've been doing what we have to do. But we need to stop giving up those long drives. That one play, they hit it for 60 yards, and then we start to get down. We start to let them in from the 10. And like last week when they got that fumble on the 15, we should have been able to stop them. And I'm not going to blame our offense for anything.
Now, you guys were able to get them to go 3 and out a couple of times. Of course, the biggest one was at the end of the game. Altoona gets the ball back after you guys go up 21-14. Dorian Stevens makes a nice pass deflection there in that last drive. But just kind of talk about how you guys were able to regroup after they got that big drive against you and really stop them when it counted.
Defense is one of those things where every drive is different. You don't come out and say, oh, last drive we were running the ball well or we were passing the ball well. On defense, you come and you hit somebody. And we come out fired up, and we stop them in 3 plays. That's a goal every time.
You feel like you wore them out a little bit by the fourth quarter time?
They had a lot of two-way players, but, so do we. And I would say that we are in better shape than they were. They came out, they started to look tired, started to fall down more. I don't know. I feel like our defense in particular actually stayed well-conditioned, ready to go, whole game.
When you see that from the opposition, does it kind of turn into a shark a little bit, smelling blood? You see the opposition kind of sucking wind and that kind of stuff. Does that make you maybe go a little harder to kind of throw the knockout punch?
Oh, yeah, that's always one of those things. You see your opponent down and you want to kick them while they're down.
Talk about, Zach, we're going to talk about this week as well, but your career, unfortunately, you've had some injuries. Last year you missed pretty much all season with the shoulder. Talk about how you've been feeling this year and if you want to be, or how you've been feeling this year and if you're where you want to be right now.
I would say I'm exactly where I want to be. I'm playing football, and that's what I love to do. Last season, yeah, I lost it, but this is my senior season. This is what I'm looking for. Everything's been feeling good. I'm ready to go. Like I said earlier, nobody in that locker room feels 100% right now.
You guys have some new faces stepping in this year. I know we're now in week 4, but compared to last year, you have some younger guys in the linebacker core. Sam Guzik, is only a sophomore. You have McElroy that's a junior. Kind of talk about how the younger guys are adjusting to starting this year now. And we are in week 4, so they're looking pretty good so far. Yeah,
Sam Guzik plays on the same side of the ball as me, and I've been impressed with how he comes out. He comes out well. I'm good friends with Sam Guzik, and I can trust him beside me. And same thing with McElroy. I know that McElroy loves to hit people as much as I do. And that's what being a middle linebacker is about.
Now, you talked about the defensive line earlier. You guys kind of work well together. They take on some blockers, you get some tackles, and you take on some blockers last week, and they get some tackles. Just kind of talk about how they've been playing through the first couple of weeks.
Our D-line has been playing great. Obviously, we've let up some points like fourth quarter against North Hills, but I'll take blame for that myself. I'm captain. I'm on the defense. I'm going to take blame. But I think our D-line has been playing well. I know I've got a lot of tackles so far this year, but, hey, I give all the credit to them, all the credit in the world.
Talk about how you enjoy being a leader. I can tell just by this interview right here, you like being a leader on defense. You put a lot of the responsibility on yourself, something you take a lot of pride in.
I've always been a leader. I love being a leader, and when I see people who need to be led, I'm going to step up, do what I got to do. But I also like to be just like everybody else. I don't want people looking at me and saying, "Oh, well, Diable's a captain. I don't want to step on his toes." But no, I want to be just a guy you can trust and a guy you can rely on.
And let's talk about one of your other leaders on defense, not going to be playing here tonight, Dom Sima, out with a concussion. How much does that hurt you guys defensively? And talk about what Ryan Morasti has to do to kind of step into that position.
Ryan Morasti's a great athlete, and Dom is a senior captain, probably the best athlete on the team, and we're going to miss him, but it's nothing that I don't think Ryan can come in and handle. I think Ryan will be all right.
You guys play McKeesport here tonight. Big victory against them a year ago. I know you didn't play in it, but of course I'm sure you were feeling it there on the sidelines. Seeing it on film from last year, obviously Eddie Stockett kind of makes them go from the quarterback position. What do you guys have to do defensively here tonight to have success?
We got to contain Eddie in the box. If he's going to try to run option, we got to crush him. And if they're going to try to pitch the ball, they've been making a lot of mistakes on their pitches. They haven't really been clean. So if us inside linebackers can keep a hold of the dive, I think we'll be all right on keeping him in control.
McKeesport goes back to that triple option. Obviously, you guys have to stay disciplined against that, don't you?
Yeah, that's all it is you got a man, you're taking your man.
A couple more things for you, Zach. I have to ask you, as we always ask everybody, what got you into football? Why'd you start playing around the pigskin?
Oh, I've just loved football since the time I was born. I was always a big kid, and just coming up, I saw people hitting people, and I was like, hey, I want to try it.
Just want to try that out?
Yeah, got out there and started hitting people and love it.
Now, what about college aspirations right now? Not only for athletics, but do you have any kind of major in mind, what you want to do for the rest of your life after you get out of high school, and if you're looking at any colleges right now?
I'm probably going to go into engineering because I love math, all kinds of math.
Not me, man. I'm glad you do. You'll be making the big bucks.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always been my thing. I like everything else, but math just comes to me.
Well, that's a good thing because, again, engineering is obviously a great major, and I'm sure you'll be real good in that. Well, I want to thank you for joining us here on the Halftime, Zach, and it's been a pleasure talking to you, man.
All right, thank you.
That's Zach Diable here on the Halftime Show, brought to you by Toyota of Greensburg. We'll be back here to Warrior Stadium with a look at stats from the first half and the scoring summary right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.